Hello, my name is Amos Izerimana, Director for the Office for Immigrant Affairs. Today we are at Brownsboro Center where we are about to learn about Thai food from All Tied Up. We'll be speaking with the owner, Kathy, and learning more about the various flavors that are in part of Thai cuisine. So join me today as we dine around the world right here in Louisville.
So I moved here in 2017 from Thailand, and I was born and raised there. My mother is American, my father is Thai, and my dad was actually here getting his education in the 70s, and that's how he met my mom.
Yeah. Were you cooking in Bangkok? Did you have a restaurant there?
I did end up opening an American diner in Thailand because there was nothing that served the very more of Southern style.
Yeah.
The stuff that I would eat when I came to Kentucky to visit when I was little. So we were the only place that would do biscuits and gravy or country fried steak, and we'd make our own hash
Yeah.
browns and things like that. So yes.
And I'm sure that offered a space for all the expats in the region who
Yes, and
wanted something
yeah, and
American.
my favorite was when it became a regular where I'd have these same group of old guys retired and they'd come in, they'd have their breakfast and coffee and just sit there and talk like they would in any diner in the
Yeah.
States. So for me, it just kind of felt felt a sense of pride in that I could bring my other half of the culture to Thailand where the American expats felt like they had just worked back home.
Hmm. So you come here, did you specifically ch choose Kentucky because you had that history, or was there something else that told you this is where I'm gonna move
Well,
to?
Kentucky for sure because my mom's family is here. So
Yeah.
aunts and uncles, cousins, and I would visit here about once every. We started off once every 2 years, and we'd come every year
Hmm.
during the summer to
Yeah.
visit. So it was an easy decision to have the family support, and of course, my mom is here.
Yeah, and it's very interesting what I'm hearing you like some terms of like the identity piece, because like in Bangkok you're providing sort of one half of your identity, and then you come here
Yes.
and you're providing the other part of your identity here in Louisville.
You
So,
know, I just want to bring my culture here, my other half,
hmm,
and just show people that, Thai cuisine is amazing in itself. You
yeah.
don't have to change it for anybody.
So you come to Louisville and you start the process of opening your restaurant. Well, first food truck, right?
Yeah, because apparently cost of living in America is a lot more than Thailand. So
Yeah.
the money that I had that would have easily opened up a brick and mortar in Thailand didn't go as far here.
Yeah.
So I said, well, let's try the food truck. And I actually started as a fusion
Yeah.
food truck
Hmm.
where I did American favorites with a Thai twist,
Hmm.
thinking that, if I just did the whole Thai on a food truck, it's probably not going to work,
Yeah.
you know? But as I evolved and listened to the customers, people kept asking, do you have pad Thai? Do you have curry?
Mm.
Do you have this? And I'm going, well, maybe I should. That's what people are asking for. So I threw away the fusion idea and I just went legit Thai, and the
Yeah.
business just took off,
Yeah.
faster than I ever thought.
Hmm.
So that's when I said, okay, Louisville is ready for legit Thai food.
Yeah.
What better place? A successful restaurant that lasted 30 years, that should bring good karma in itself. So, and so we took over the space and turned Little Germany into Little Thailand, and it has been very fruitful. So I'm very very happy that I made the move. It's certainly been a struggle financially to get it back up and running, but I could see the light, and the community has really, accepted.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of people who have been to Thailand, and for me, that speaks in itself when they keep coming back
Yeah.
and say it reminds them of what they had in Thailand.
Right. Yeah. So talk, okay, educate me because I have had Thai food, but I wouldn't say that I'm versed in what Thai food is. If like for example, if I had to explain to my wife, what Thai food is, I would not be able to do it. So what is Thai food exactly? What are some of those flavors that are unique to Thai food, and even maybe some of the cuisine that you make here?
So, Thai food is certainly a lot of rice. Okay, rice is our staple. And but culturally, we've been influenced a lot by Chinese because there was a huge Chinese immigration, immigrant population. We've been influenced by Indian cuisine as well as Persian
Okay.
during the Persian trade.
Hmm.
So, and that's something that people really don't know.
Yeah,
You
and that's
know,
a
it's
surprising
it's
one
like
too, like to hear,
what?
like.
You know? So, we use a lot of herbs. I mean, keep in mind Thailand is in a tropical zone, so
Yeah.
everything grows. You throw a seed in the backyard, it will become a tree.
Hmm.
So we eat everything, root, leaf, bark, you name it. We don't waste anything. And the spices, and people think spice, they think chili hot. And that's not it. The spices we use are things like galangal, which is similar to ginger. It's a richer ginger, I would
Yeah.
say. Lemongrass, kaffir leaves, which is leaf from the kaffir tree, which is like a lime tree, to give those aromas and
Yeah.
scents. We certainly use a lot of ginger, and Thai chilies, of course. And
Yeah.
Thai chilies is quite unique in itself, but we use cayenne in the United States, and it's the same family.
Yeah.
Same flavor profile. It's just 10 times the heat of cayenne. So 40% of Thai food ordered is one dish, pad Thai. And it's a modern dish. It
Yeah.
was actually a dish created in the 40s during World War II, where Thailand experienced a great flood that destroyed all the rice crops. So they could not sell the grain, and that
Right.
was the single number one export item. So the government, and I considered great insight in thinking, well, how do we recover the cost of this loss? Because the farmers are affected, the economy, GDP, everything is during this wartime.
Yeah.
So they took the rice and turned it into noodles. So they just crushed it down and made it into noodles. And the prime minister at the time decided, let's use it as a propaganda as well. And they called it pad thai. And the word pat means stir fry.
Ah,
So Thai stir fry. Yeah.
that's really interesting. Well, I can't wait to try the food.
Yeah,
So let's
for
get
sure.
to trying it out and see how you make some of these dishes.
All righty, let's do it.
All
Thank
right.
you. So we're going to start with a steamed whole fish. We got pompano here, that's already gutted, but we're keeping the bone, tail, head, and everything on as a tradition for the cuisine. Okay? And over here, we're going to have a lot of ingredients like fresh lime, ginger, we have lemongrass, and Thai basil. And this is what's going to make the aromas happen on this fish, okay? And we do steam a lot of our seafood, as well as deep fry. But,
Okay.
Anybody can fry a fish, but let's see how we steam. So first we want to score the fish. Okay, I like to score it all the way down to the bone. And that way, it cooks faster, but two, it also allows for some of the flavors that we're going to be adding to this. Okay, and this is basically a lime steamed fish with a little bit of a tamarind base too. So
I see.
cute.
Yeah.
But so I've got the steamer ready here. So we're just going to throw the fish in. Okay.
Yeah.
I've got our special sauce here that's made with some fish sauce and tamarind. Okay, that we're going to put all over the fish.
Oh, wow.
And then we're going to lay the limes wedges right on it. So now this is going to get that lime flavor going.
The ginger.
Ginger, lemongrass, and basil. And that will cook for about 30 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next item, which I've prepared a wonton soup. Now it sounds more like a Chinese cuisine, but yes, it is. So we have a lot of Chinese food influence in our cuisine, but this in particular is going to be, a Thai version of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna just get our water going, and you can start with a stock. And it's really good to put in like cilantro. If you have roots of cilantro, which is really hard to
yeah.
find, But I like to start with the basic, like carrots, for some sweetness, and onions. And we just let that cook for a little bit. And Thai cuisine is a lot of preparation work. So you're going to have um, everything cut in advance, and we just kind of throw things into the pot. So this is going to be scallions and mushrooms that we're just going to throw in and let that cook.
So, all this, do you find all the spices here?
Yes. So nowadays we can find everything locally,
Yeah.
including all the Thai sauces. And these are
Oh, great.
sauces that, are found in Thailand. And these are the ones I grew up using. So I'm
Yeah.
so happy to be able to find it here.
That's
So I'm
great.
going to go ahead and sauce the stock while it's cooking. And this is a seasoning sauce that's gluten free,
Okay.
which is really nice for our gluten sensitive customers. This is Thai soy. Now, this is not gluten free, but we can certainly omit this. Okay. And then the biggest number one ingredient is going to be fish sauce. So I use a squid brand, which is amazing. And fish sauce is basically anchovies,
Oh, okay.
anchovies in water.
Oh, wow.
And so we don't use a lot of table salt in our cooking. So we want to make sure we get the salt from somewhere, and that's where we get it.
From the fish sauce.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in Thai cuisine, it's very common to have 3 or 4 different dishes
At the
to
same time.
share.
Yeah.
So we have 2 or 3 plates, so we put it in the middle, and we have usually white jasmine rice that we will, have as our plate, and then
Yeah.
we take the food and we eat it
Eat
with
it.
the rice.
Okay.
Okay. Now the next dish is going to be a ginger curry stir fry, and this is, very traditional in a sense. We always start with some sort of vegetable oil, canola oil, sunflower oil, basically a tasteless oil. And I'm just seasoning my wok so we don't get stuck on it. And we always start with garlic. So we just have a copious amount of minced garlic. Okay, we put it in first in our cuisine so that the garlic doesn't overwhelm
Okay. Yeah.
the taste palette. So we don't want garlic to be what you taste.
Right.
But believe it or not, garlic goes in everything that we cook. Now this is the curry paste, the red curry paste that will give it the spicy, curry flavor. And it's a mix of ginger, kaffir leaves, galangal. This one has red chilies in it, so more of a cayenne type.
And you make that here too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a process to make, quite a long time. And then we're going to saute our meat in here. Okay. And I like to cook the meat with the curry and whatnot so it can absorb all the flavors. Fresh ginger is the next. So, and I'm going to use a sauce that's a mixture of oyster sauce, fish sauce, and soy sauce.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And unfortunately, we do use sugar in our cooking. So we're going to let this pork, again, we use pork, so I chose pork, cook for a little bit. And as you can see, the wonton soup is bubbling. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop the wontons in here. Okay. And let that cook up. Okay. So we're using a really high heat here. And so the pork is already cooked, but this is a long bean. And some people call it rope bean. So which I've already cut up.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you if you put the whole thing in there, but then it's already
It's
cut.
hard to eat, yes. And that's the great thing about Thai cuisine is we don't have knives. We don't eat with knives.
Right.
So everything that we have is already cut
They already
into
cut up,
bite-sized pieces. And then the last thing I put in is kaffir leaves, which I've cut into slices. And this gives it that lemon zest flavor. And then I'm going to add a little bit more water, again, just to give it a little bit of a sauce. And then the dish is ready to be served.
This looks amazing already. Wow. All right, so we're ready to eat. Tell me about the sauces. So we
Okay,
have sugar, and then I think that's pepper.
so this is Thai chilies, grounded and dried. And then we have fish sauce with fresh Thai chilies and jalapeno and vinegar.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So these are typical condiments that you would find at a Thai restaurant.
Okay. It's
Um,
usually at a table.
yeah, so like this dish, for example, has no heat at all. So if you want spices, you can add one of the two to bring it up, you know.
Okay.
And of course, a jalapeno is more milder than the Thai chilies, which again is 10 times the heat of cayenne.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the dipping sauce, that's what we call our seafood sauce.
Seafood sauce.
Okay. That we would get if you had steamed mussels or crab or anything, usually it comes with the seafood dipping sauce. So again, that is spicy traditionally. So if you want to kind of not get that spice flavor and whatnot, I would just use some of the fish sauce.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So
So
how do we eat this? Because we have rice now.
we have rice. Yep. We eat everything with rice, and we have fork and spoon. Okay. So traditionally, what we do is we have a share of spoons.
Right.
So we'll take some here, and I'll put some on your plate.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. And we just do a little bit at a time. I see some people pile it onto their
Everything
plate,
at
right?
once.
So you just take a little bit, and then you want to just break up your rice, and the spoon goes in your dominant hand.
Okay.
Okay. So then you take a little bit of the beans, pork, and you take your fork and you push everything on.
Okay.
So the fork is what guides instead of putting your finger in.
It's like eating with a knife.
Yeah. So you just kind of take whatever meat, vegetable, and rice, put it together on your spoon like this,
Okay.
and
It's amazing.
now I think I did a good job.
Yeah, this is great.
So it's not too spicy,
It's not too
but you have a
spicy.
little kick
Yeah,
there.
you can feel it.
And then, we have the clear broth soup so that you're not, so what we do, like if we're like this and we're sharing, of course, we don't have, share, we just put it on our spoons like this so the next person can eat.
You know, okay.
And it's very common to have a clear broth soup with your meals. So we don't, drink a whole lot of water.
Is there like any etiquette in terms of like when to eat the soup versus
No.
when to drink the soup versus?
Yeah, so we just do pick here and there, and we're constantly moving throughout the plate, and it kind of slows down your eating process
Yeah,
too.
it does.
Well, because if everything's on your plate, you're just but if you're
You have to
taking
wait for the
one,
next person.
yeah, if you're taking one at a time,
Yeah.
Now the fish is definitely, I think, the most unique one to most of our Western or American eaters. I say Western, I think I'm still in Asia. But yeah, so keep in mind, again, we're going to have the bone in and no knives. A knife is also a very Western concept. But you can see the meat here.
Yep.
And, your spoon acts as your knife, so you just take that and you'll feel the bone underneath.
Yeah.
And your fork helps guide you. Okay. And there you go. Then certainly if you want any herbs, I'll leave that up to you.
Okay.
And then that's the dipping sauce to put on. Again, because it's spicy, I don't want to do it for him.
Yeah. It's like you want to burn your tongue.
But it's definitely, I'll eat this sauce with just plain rice because I just love it, you know. So yeah, so please.
I will try it. And you put it on this
On the fish, yeah.
Fish, yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is really good.
Good.
It's amazing.
Well,
Wow.
thank you.
Steamed fish. Never thought.
Yeah, yeah. No grease in it, and very healthy, very herbal.
Yeah, and I don't think you can tell that it's steamed when you eat it
Yeah.
either, which is sort of the interesting thing about it.
So
Oh,
yeah.
all right. Some delicious delicacies. Absolutely, not just the smell, but also just when you eat it, it just you taste it. You taste it. So this is amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for joining me today as we dine around the world here in Louisville. Make sure you check out All Tied Up at 4812 Brownsboro Center.